I spoke to Malcolm this morning on iChat. One of my favorite things to do. Because Malcolm, I find, provides no end of fucking amusement. But Malcolm's gay.
Yeah.
Malcolm likes to cruise. Malcolm is a bear.
Yeah.
Big burly dude,
Yeah.
like myself. And as we know, we've spoken about it in the past. And I know he's spoken about it, I think, at least on one of this podcasts. Cubs are attracted to bears, or twinks.
Yeah.
So Malcolm cruises Bear 411 whenever he thinks he's going someplace or knows he's going someplace. You know, he'll fucking line up some sex. And not necessarily, he's not like a, he's not always like a fucking anal sex kind of guy. In fact, he rarely is. But Malcolm is a dude who enjoys getting blown, as most dudes. But unlike most dudes, unlike most dudes who aren't like a celebrity, he can get blown anytime he wants. Like, you and me want to get blown. Well, we're married, so we're not part of the equation. But when we were single, we would have to work at getting blown. You know, put a little effort into it.
There was no blown 411 where you're like...
Shit, no.
Hey.
Malcolm, if Malcolm's like, man, I feel like getting a blowjob, he'll jump onto that, and he'll find like 10 dudes in a fucking 1 mile radius who are like, I'll blow you. And they'll come over and fucking let him nut. And then he's like, all right, bye. And he doesn't even reciprocate. It's insane, man.
Wow.
Crazy. But anyway, so he hangs out at Bear 411. I didn't hang out there, but when he's like interested, he finds this dude, Robert, we'll call him, who I guess Malcolm found somewhat attractive based on his pictures.
Yeah.
And so he starts a chat with him. This is the transcript of that chat. Robert, nice pics. Malcolm, thanks. Robert, want to get together and suck my dick? Malcolm, that's fast. The other guy, Robert, okay, I get it. Malcolm, what? Robert, you fat fucking piece of shit think you're too good for a stud like me? Now that I look at you, you are fat and disgusting. What a quick turnaround in events, man. Like, that dude was like, reached out to Malcolm, told him he looked good, asked him to suck his dick, and Malcolm wasn't like, no.
Fuck you.
He was like, that's a little fast. That dude fucking turned on him so quickly, that cracked me up no end. You fat fucking piece of shit, he called him. Think you're too good for a stud like me. He referred to himself as a stud.
That's funny, too. It's like, you think you're too good for a stud like me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, usually you wouldn't be like, I'm too good for something awesome.
Right.
It's like referring to yourself as a stud.
Yes. He's calling himself a fucking stud. I just thought it was like, that made me laugh no end. I'm like, you're shitting me. He's like, that's exactly what happened. Could you imagine? Like, that blows my mind on so many different levels. Like, he got to the part where the dude's like, want to get together and suck my dick. I'm like, wow, what a wonderful world that must be.
Just cut to the chase.
They cut right to the fucking chase. But even Malcolm, who enjoys cutting to the chase, felt that was a little,
like,
yeah, like,
fast.
You know, fucking, how
Like,
about romance me a little bit? Yeah, what do you like? Do you like hockey? Do you like movies? So, you know, said, hey, that's a little fast. And then this dude just fucking turned on him. I thought that was crazy. That killed me, man. I was like, dude, you gotta write him back and be like, I'm fucking sorry, I'll suck your dick, I swear. Make up for it, I'm sorry. So he did. Just to see how the dude would react.
And what did he do?
I haven't heard back yet. It's kind of a cliffhanger. To take it immediately to you fat fucking piece of shit. And, like, this is a dude who's interested in fat fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's on the bear site looking
He wants
for...
a bear.
Yeah, he wants a bear.
Which
and when the bear is just like, you know, plays a little coy... You know, if at worst, Malcolm didn't refuse. Malcolm could be accused of playing hard to get.
Yeah.
And then the dude fucking turns on him, man. I thought that was so fucking
obviously he's emotionally, like, from the fact that he's like, hey, you want to suck my dick? He's like, hey, wait. And he's like, the guy literally just, you know, everything has to be done in the, you know, he has no slow burn.
No.
He burns quick.
He just...
Suck my dick.
Totally. And I guess... Presumably, he's off to the next dude.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to get blown immediately. That dude, however, was in Los Angeles, and if he didn't fucking, like, jump down Malcolm's throat, you know, maybe Malcolm would have been like, well, hey, I'm not there, but when I'm there, I'm interested. But he fucking ruined his chances. Although he didn't ruin his chances because Malcolm isn't the blower.
Yeah.
Malcolm's the blowee. So he'd get together with this dude, and this dude would be like, they say
Hey.
when I signed, like Malcolm would nut and be like, okay, you can leave.
You can
And this dude would be like, you fat fucking piece of shit. And then he'd have to deal with it in person. And maybe get beat up. Because that's one of the things that goes along with, like, fucking dudes is, like, there's that chance that, like, one of them's going to haul off and hit you and you're in a fist fight. And you're like, a second ago, my dick was in your mouth. And now you're hurling expletives at me and fucking throwing punches.
I never had that meet somebody online.
Online? Did you ever... you ever fool around online? Like, were you ever in one place, your lady was in another, and you're like talking dirty? No. There goes that. Got nothing for that one. I've had internet sex. I mean, with the exception of like relationships I've been in, with a total stranger once.
Yeah.
Long time ago. This is like 97, early 97.
Like
It was on AIM, like
Yeah.
Instant Messenger. It wasn't iChat at that time.
Yeah. It was like through the web browser.
Through the and through AOL. Mm-hmm. with some chick, and it was kind of strange, and I felt weird afterwards.
Did it ever occur to you that it
could be a dude? In the moment, I didn't care. You know, I was just like, "Hey, man, if you're a chick,"
was he like, "Suck my dick"?
Yeah, I'm like,
"Whoa."
"You're so pretty. I love your long flowing hair, lady." No, she had sent me a picture as well, and that was kind of like, that was maybe not the best move.
You decelerated a little.
Yeah, totally. At that point, I was like, I mean, she had the benefit of knowing what I look like because she knew who that I was in movies.
Yeah,
but I didn't know what she looked like, so she knew what she was getting into. I didn't know what I was getting into, and then I was like, you know, maybe I don't need help jerking off.
Is it sexy if I say hurry up?
Yeah, I felt a little bad. I mean, I judged her a little bit, but also more so that her age was young. She was younger than me. She wasn't like a fucking teenager, but late teenager, and that was just not really. I've never been into younger chicks.
Yeah, me neither.
I like them my age. You like them fucking older.
Yes, I do.
And what's the difference? How many years?
7.
Yeah, that's older.
Only
She could babysit.
only twice.
Age 14, she could have been paid $3 an hour to babysit a 7-year-old Scott.
She was 18. Well, like people babysit when they're 16.
Yeah.
Would have been 9.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I don't know why I didn't. Well, no. She's 7 years older than you.
Yeah.
If you were 7 years old, she'd be 14.
Yeah.
So I was right.
Oh, okay.
She could have babysat you at age 14.
The kids babysit when they're 14?
Oh, shit, yeah. Babysit when you're like 12, even.
Really?
Maybe not so much anymore, but back in the day.
In the day.
Yeah, now it's just...
It's like an 8-year-old babysitting a 7-year-old.
Now it's a little different, I guess. But back then, yeah, my sister used to babysit when she was still in OLPH. She was like 12, 13.
I think I did. The one time I did, I think I was 12.
I remember I used to babysit. I mean, it was technically babysitting, but it wasn't presented as babysitting. I used to hang out with Mike Bellicose on Fridays. His aunt and uncle who lived over in Keyport were like, why don't you come over and watch his nephew Joey so they can go out and fucking have a good time and enjoy their married life and shit. And he was just, I was like, what are we doing tonight? He's like, I gotta go watch Joey and stay overnight. And I was like, fuck. He's like, you can come on. I was like, right on. So we would go there and hang out and like fucking play video games and shit like that. And they would always give us money to go out and eat. We went to this like pizza place down the street and had calzones and shit. And then the next morning when they dropped us off back in Highlands, they'd give us $20 a pop. And I was like, they fed us and like we get $20? This is all right.
Nice.
Like I wish I was a girl. And there was a girl that I met once while I was babysitting there, some neighbor chick who gave me a fucking handy.
Nice.
On the swings in the yard. It was pretty sweet. Although I kept like trying to...
Did you get $20 on that day too?
I did. That was the ultimate fucking day where it's just like calzone, handy, 20 the next morning. But then...
be a gift basket.
It was just shy of like, and here's an iPod. Back then there wasn't iPods. But I remember trying to get in touch with her like every time because I was like, this is the move, man. Every Friday I can get a handy. I could probably work my way up. And after that first time, she wasn't interested. So there was a lot of like, oh, I'm not going to be there, and shit like that.
Did you reciprocate, or were you like Malcolm?
I had my hand down her pants. I was I was totally working the nub, but I think she was a little like, we're outside and it's not fucking comfy for me or whatever. But maybe she was just like, maybe she regretted it. Like the moment I came on her shirt and shit, she was like, ew. I don't know, this fat fucking piece of shit. It was like that.